Welcome to the Never Too Early Fantasy Football Podcast, where it is never too early for fantasy football. My name is Jeff.
Alex.
As always, thank you for downloading, listening, liking, and commenting on our podcast videos. Please join our community by subscribing to us on the socials. Our handle on all platforms is at N2E Fantasy. We are also available on all major podcasting apps by searching N2E Fantasy. Alex, what do we have on today's show?
On this episode of the Never Too Early Fantasy Football Podcast, we are previewing our Week 6 matchups of the NFL 2024 season, and we can get kickstarted with the Thursday night matchup between the 49ers and the Seahawks in Seattle. Jeff, are you benching anyone in this matchup? Are you playing everyone? And who are you taking this week?
I think both of these defenses have been mostly disappointing this year, so I probably would start everyone, especially on a short week. You may see a team like the 49ers use their second and third running back just to give Mason a little bit of a break after he had a full slate of carries on Sunday. So that is just something to be on the lookout for, but I'm not going to bench Mason or Walker in that particular scenario. But in this matchup, go ahead and give me the 49ers. Who are you taking?
I am also taking the 49ers this week. I know it's in Seattle, but Seahawks seem to be reeling. Niners, I think, are good enough to bounce back from last week's upset. So I am taking the 49ers.
All right, so that is two 49ers and the same right off the bat, and we can hop to the second game. It's in London. It's the first of two London games for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they are the road team to the Chicago Bears here. Alex, who are you taking in this matchup?
All right. In this matchup, I am taking the Chicago Bears. I think that they are the hotter team right now. They've got a really good defense. I think that they're starting to click on offense. Still don't trust the Jaguars. They just got their first win last week. I don't know if they'll get two in a row. I'm going Bears in this one.
All right, I am also going to go the Bears in this one, but let's not forget that Jacksonville is basically London's home team, and they're going to have back-to-back games here. They've learned how to play this. They've learned how to prepare for this. They do have a distinct advantage over a young Chicago team here.
Are we starting everyone in this game? We starting ETN this week, or just Bigsby, or what are we doing here?
I would start both of them this week, to be honest. If I had both of them, I probably would start Bigsby this week, but know that the pendulum will probably swing back and forth this year.
All right. Well, let's move on to the Cardinals at Packers. Jeff, who are you taking in this one? I know you love Kyler Murray and you love Jordan Love.
That's a lot of love there. But in this particular matchup, I am going to go with the Packers. And I do expect Jaden Reed to have a big game. I probably even expect Romeo Doubs to be more involved in this game just to kind of pacify the situation. I know he was suspended last week for one game, but I could see them making amends with him by making sure that he's targeted early and often this week. Alex, who are you taking?
I'm taking Green Bay this week. I think that they're the better team. Wouldn't surprise me if the Cardinals won too, but I think Green Bay is where I'm leaning, and they are at home.
Yeah, I think the default for me, if I'm in a toss-up, is always going to be the home team, and that kind of brings us to our next matchup, which we have three back-to-back samesies right now. This is the Browns at the Eagles. Will we keep the streak alive here, or are we going to be moving in a different direction?
I don't know about you, but I'm still going to take the Eagles in this matchup. I think the Browns are one of the worst teams in the league right now. Chubb is going to take some time to get back going on all cylinders. I think the Eagles have a nice bounce back this week. So give me the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles in this matchup as well. We're going to have A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith back, Goddard. You're going to want to start everyone on the Eagles, and if you can, bench everyone on the Browns. unless Nick Chubb does make his triumphant return this week.
All right. We have the Texans at the Patriots. Drake May making his first start, his debut of the season. Who do you have in this matchup?
Man, this was a tough one for me, but go ahead and give me the Texans in this matchup. I do not expect Nico Collins to play. Make sure he's out of your lineup, and make sure you start Dell and Diggs in his place.
Yeah, I concur. It could be a trap week for the Texans potentially, and maybe New England gets a bump from the new quarterback and the change there, but Texans have enough firepower, and I trust CJ Stroud against a New England defense that is not as good as we're accustomed to. So give me Houston in this one.
All right. So we are the same through several here. And Alex, I will tee you up for the next game that we have here, and that is the Colts at the Titans. Titans coming off the bye.
So Titans may be coming off the bye, but Will Levis has been terrible this year. I think no matter who the Colts end up starting at quarterback this week, I think the Colts should still win. I'm going Colts in this one.
All right. That is interesting because I also am going the Colts. So we're going to stay on the same track here. I believe that Joe Flacco probably draws a second straight start here. And right now, the Colts are a 1-point favorite into this matchup. So interesting. We'll see if that changes if they announce Anthony Richardson is back or not.
Okay, another division matchup here. We have the Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are missing Derek Carr in this one. I think Taysom Hill may be back. I don't know if that moves the needle for you. Who are you taking in this one?
So I would hope that we get to see a little bit of Spencer Rattler in this game, but we will see what happens in this game. But either way, go ahead and give me the Buccaneers in this matchup. They have too much firepower right now on offense to stop picking them. I'm a little worried about Kamara though without Carr. Mara. That's kind of my only thought on this game.
I'm also taking the Buccaneers, and I'm firing up all the Buccaneers players this week. I'm still going to play Kamara no matter what because he still should get some receiving work. But I have serious doubts about the Saints without Derek Carr.
Yeah, you're copying me this week, so that is very, very unfortunate. But that's where we are right now. But I agree.
All right, so Commanders at Ravens, two teams in the same area. Two teams, as you mentioned in the last episode, kind of mirror each other a little bit. I am going to go with the Ravens in this one over the Commanders. I think that the Commanders' hot streak ends this week, but I will fire up all of the major players for both teams, except for Mark Andrews.
He did lead the tight end targets last week, so it's just a matter of time before he starts getting back into the end zone. But I think these teams are very evenly matched, and I am going to go the Ravens in this matchup. And I think we're on a streak, don't you?
If we're both agreeing, we both must be right.
It rarely happens like that. Oh, great. So we can hop over to the next matchup, and that's the Chargers at the Broncos. Chargers coming off the bye week. I do believe that Justin Herbert will be much healthier this week. So go ahead and give me the Chargers in this matchup.
I think the Broncos are on a hot streak right now. They're starting to gain momentum. I think that both these teams are very close at this point, and I like the Broncos defense a lot more at home. I'm gonna go Broncos in this one.
Okay. I knew that was going to be our one difference. I will say though that the Chargers defense is no slouch. They have a great pass rush, and they're playing a rookie quarterback. So give me Justin Herbert in this matchup.
All right.
All right.
So we have Steelers.
At the Raiders. And Alex, let me know who you got in this matchup here.
I went back and forth on this one just a little bit, but right now I think the Steelers are the better team. Steelers have the better defense. Raiders are a little bit banged up. They're not going to play Devontae Adams because they're trying to trade him as soon as possible. Give me the Steelers in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm also going to go the Steelers in this matchup. I think it bears watching to see who the Steelers quarterback is going to be in this matchup. I know that they were very disappointed with Justin Fields last game. He left a few throws on the field, and Russ is back practicing, so we'll see what happens.
We have the Falcons at your Panthers, so We have Kirk Cousins off that 500-yard game, and Panthers looking for another victory. Who do you have in this game?
So, Alex, they're going to need to search a little bit longer before they get that next victory. Atlanta will win this matchup. However, I would start Deontay and Hubbard every week going forward right now, especially while Dalton is the starting quarterback. Everyone else on Carolina is not really usable. I think they do miss Adam Thielen. So that's one part that we didn't talk about, that Thielen is missing 4 weeks. So this will be the second of those 4 weeks. But with the Falcons, you can start up all of the guys on the offense there. So you can start up London, Pitts, Mooney. I know you don't like that, Alex, but Mooney is probably a start at this point. Ray McLeod if you're desperate, but Bijan as well. But give me the Falcons in this one. Who do you have?
I'm also taking the Falcons in this one. It wouldn't necessarily surprise me if they disappoint this week and the Panthers steal a victory, with Atlanta riding that high in the tough emotional game that they had Thursday night. But Falcons are just the better team. I have to keep rolling with them.
All right. So we have the Lions at the Cowboys next, and this is one of your favorite teams versus one of your most despised teams. And I can already know which way you're going on this matchup, but tell America which way you're going on this matchup.
Well, I'm not going with America's team. Sorry to disappoint. I'm going Lions with this one. The Cowboys, not sure if they've figured out all their problems at this point, and Lions are coming off the bye week, which hopefully means they're refreshed and they're going to light it up. So give me Detroit.
I love how you don't allow that argument for the Chargers, but you allow it for Detroit. So it makes me feel like you are very selective in how you pick arguments. But I'm going to go Dallas in this matchup. I believe Dallas had a very big win on the road in Pittsburgh. It is not an easy place to win ever, and they will carry that momentum into this upcoming game in Dallas.
Well, it's more to do with Lions are a better team than the Chargers, and Denver had such a commanding victory over the Raiders that they have a lot more momentum. And Lions, to me, they needed the rest because they were getting a little bit banged up. So I just think that they're in two different places right now. That's why.
All right. So we have a difference there. Will we have a difference in this next game here with the Bengals at the Giants? And the Bengals, I'll get this one started here, are 1-4 versus at the New York Giants, who are 2-3 off of 2 really good performances in a row here. So I believe that the Bengals will find a way to win this matchup, but I think this game is going to be closer than Bengals fans would be comfortable with.
No, I completely agree with this one. I'm going to go Joe Burrow during prime time anytime I can. And I don't buy the Giants. I kudos to them for getting a couple of victories when people didn't expect it, but Bengals are in must win right now mode, and I think that they still have the firepower to do it. So I'm going Bengals.
All right. So we have the last matchup here, which is Monday night, which will be the Buffalo Bills, the newly coached New York Jets. So the Jets and the Giants back-to-back nights got to host games, so they'll have to do a little bit of flip over between Sunday night and Monday night. But New York is where it's happening. Technically not New York. New Jersey is where it's happening for Sunday night and Monday night football. But in this particular matchup here, Alex, and I'll go first because this is actually a really easy matchup for me, and I'll pick the Buffalo Bills. I don't think the Jets get the spark that they're looking for here.
I agree. I think that the Bills are a much better team, better coached. They've got the better quarterback. I would be shocked if the Bills lost. The only thing that can derail them at this point is the Jets getting to Josh Allen. So give me the Bills.
All right, so we're all the same across the board with the exception of the Cowboys and Chargers games.
All right. Well, that does it for this episode of the Never Too Early Fantasy Football Podcast. Thank you all for downloading or listening to this episode, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. please leave us a comment and share the show. Every little bit helps.
You can find us on all podcasting apps by searching N2E Fantasy and with our handle at N2E Fantasy on all social media platforms. Please join our community and give us a follow. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and remember, it's truly never too early for fantasy football. Thank you again.
Hi, everybody.